Okay, I had started, but that thing was shaking so bad I thought I'm gonna start all over again. Okay, good morning. This is Tuesday, the 25th, right, of November. It is, well, 7:55 a.m. And I thought I'd come on and just talk for a few minutes. I'm going to do an apology video to someone soon, but I'm not going to do it today. I need to get my notes together. I was thinking about doing it today, but I really don't want to do it without notes. I want to get out everything I want to say, but I am going to do an apology video. No, I'm not apologizing to Tim, but I am going to apologize to someone else. Anyway, so this morning, I briefly skimmed through his video of him whining about Amazon. So that got me to thinking, he's returning a lot to Amazon. And there's this myth about Amazon that they don't care. So I did some research, and I think Amazon does care. And we might find out how soon they care. Because evidently there is this rule that Amazon does not promote, that if you have up to 20% returns and they start looking at why you returned them, you can be banned. And what that would mean would be he would lose his Amazon affiliate link too. He would not be able to do any type of business with Amazon. So he needs to watch his returns. He better not be, and if they even suspect that he's renting fashion or whatever you want to call it, you know, let's say he's buying clothes and wearing them one time and then sending them back. If they even suspect that, he's going to be in trouble. Now, I know that it seems like he gets by with everything that he does. You know, just the little things that we don't understand why he gets by with, whereas we wouldn't get by with it, or somebody else wouldn't get by with it, and it has nothing to do with jealousy. I don't return stuff unless there's a good reason. If there's something wrong with it, if I feel it was missized, you know, I've gotten things that's so tiny that I know it was missized, but I may return something twice a year. And trust me, mine probably isn't even 1% of what I've returned over the entire time I've been with Amazon. I'm just not one of those people that, you know, and I mean, there is such a thing as taking advantage. And I do believe Tim is taking advantage of Amazon's policy. Now, he was out there ranting and raving because the driver couldn't leave him his package. And when he started that mess about, you are going to leave my package with me, I'm like, you know, he's probably got a body cam on him, that driver. I'm just saying. You don't know that for sure, but you never know. Now, I don't know about Amazon's policy. That I'm sure somebody could enlighten us about their policy, about that they have to deliver it to where it says. I just find that hard to believe, that if you go to such and such place and you see it's not the correct address, I mean, if the sign's out there saying this is, you know, 2C, but the GPS is saying, no, this is 2F, I would think you can override that. And you just put it in your notes. So maybe they don't have a body cam. I don't know. But I don't know if I believe what he said. Let's just put it that way. Now, so he could get in Amazon jail, and it doesn't look like there's a way to get out. Another thing is that I also saw that Amazon is sending out refunds. And depending, it's for Prime. I don't know exactly the reasoning, but if you had Prime for so many months in a year, I can't remember what years it was, then you're entitled to a refund. It's not much, $50, I think. But I think I got it last week because I thought it was from some company I'd never heard tell of. But it said something to do with Amazon. And it was in my PayPal. And that's how they're doing it. They're doing PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App, I think, if they have any of those on file. If they don't have them on file, I guess they send you a check. I don't know. Anyway, I hadn't done anything with it. So that leads me to believe that's what that money is. And I don't remember exactly what it was because I did have some deposits from LTK and, you know, maybe Shop Style or Shop whatever. That other one I have affiliate links with. I mean, it wasn't a whole lot, but I mean, it was some. As I say, if you're going to do YouTube, you need to have all these other sources coming in. You know, all these, you know, sign up with every affiliate link you can, you know, where you can link products. Because, you know, you don't have to do dedicated videos to some of them. And, you know, you never know what you're going to make from YouTube, if anything. Now, I've been doing more shorts. You know, short videos. That sounds so weird when I say that. Because they say that's where it's at right now. And I know some of my shorts are stupid. I know. And y'all are saying, oh, you're such a... I can just imagine you're saying I'm a hypocrite. But I've always loved positive quotes. I always have. And they help me. And I feel like if they help me, they'll help you. So, and then some of them are just silly, like the one where the, you know, the thing is dancing around in their bikini and it's obviously too small. But I mean, there's plenty of bathing suits I need to get rid of too that I'll never get into again, and nor would I want to ever get in them again. And when I think back, I can't believe I wore that. So anyway, I don't know why I got onto that, but I did. All right, I don't really have much else to say. Let's see how long I've been. 7 minutes. Pneumatic Fanatic. I know somebody left a comment. So you're going to talk about Pneumatic Fanatic too? Well, I'm sorry. I've talked about him before. You know, some of my most comments where people hate me come from his fans. They don't come from anybody else but his fans. I mean, he has what I consider a cult following. And if you're going to talk about him, you need to be prepared. All I was saying was that he needed to be weather aware. That's all. I mean, I don't talk about him much at all because he's not one that, y'all know I have this, I think sometimes, in my opinion, I don't think that all them cats need to be in there, but then again, he is giving them a home. They are being fed. You know, he might not like the way I raise my cat or take care of my cat. So we're all different when it comes to animals, but I don't know. Sometimes I just believe there's too many in there. But if he can take care of them and they're happy and eating and healthy, who am I to say anything? But I agree with Blind Views. He needs to figure out a way to get that cat hair off. And there are ways to do it. You just got to take the time to do it. And there's all kinds of mechanisms out there. And if he's going to wear black t-shirts, he needs to do something about it. Because there's a difference between a little bit of cat hair every now and then. You see a couple pieces. But when it looks like they've been sleeping on the shirt and you're wearing it and you're supposed to be this professional YouTuber, no. I just don't think it looks good. And, you know, I want to tell Blind Views and anybody else that don't have cats, not everybody's like that. No. We're not. Not everybody's like that. Now, I know the color of cat fur you have is different depending on the cat you have. This is my thing, Mr. Tater. If you ever have another cat, get a black cat. Then nobody won't be able to see the hair. Or it won't be shining in the light. Let's put it that way. All right, y'all. I've said enough, whined enough, talked about people enough. I don't really have anything else to say. I know I had something else I wanted to say, but now I can't think of what it was. And it was a beauty guru, Michaela from TikTok. She's in trouble because, you know, she has her own line of makeup now, plus skincare. Well, she did a line of lip glosses or lip oils or something, and they were supposed to have been delivered by now, but people don't even have, I mean, they have shipping, tracking, but it's sitting in a post office or sitting in a warehouse somewhere and has never left. And they were all supposed to be delivered by, I want to say November 5th. And today's the 25th. Somewhere along that lines, 2-3 weeks ago, they were supposed to already been delivered. And they're not there. So she's getting in trouble. And my thing is that she needs to look at who she's doing business with as far as who's shipping them. Now, I had my last Ipsy BoxyCharm box, the big one. You know, I took 2 months off and then I started it back. Well, evidently when I started it back, it caused it to be delayed. Now, I got the shipping, the tracking number, probably about the 5th day of the month. Well, you know when it came? This was supposed to be October. It came October 31st. Well, actually what it did was it came from Atlanta. It went to Charlotte. It went to Greensboro. It went to Raleigh. And then it started the track back to finally it got here. I don't know why it goes that way. That's why I think they're using some kind of shipping partner. And for whatever reason, it got, I don't know. Anyway, I had already contacted them and told them that if it was going to be like that from now on, I was going to cancel. Of course, I keep saying I'm going to cancel anyway. But I don't. Anyway, it came, and then November came early. And I haven't showed it because it's mostly skincare. I mostly get skincare in that box. Once in a while, I'll get makeup. Now, usually December, they send you a lot of makeup, so we'll see. But I normally get skincare because that's what I want. I like to play with skincare. Now, speaking of that, I have a red neck here. It's not as bad today because I've been putting a lot of stuff on it. But I think, once again, when I was applying retinoid, that I either didn't rub it in good right here, or it migrated and stayed in those, you know, the crevices where, you know, your skin wrinkles when you're sleeping or whatever. And it was really burning yesterday and itching and red, but I put some stuff on it and it's better now than what it was. And I did put on some Vita Liberata this morning. That's why you're probably seeing a line. I'm sorry, but that's just, you know, it gives you like a look of a touch of a little sunlight, but it's not. You know, it's a lotion that's tinted. But anyway, it is what it is. I'm me, and I can't help it. That's just the way I like to look. I like to look striped. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, I'm going to go, y'all. Y'all have a great day. Love you. Bye.